I actually have a huge research paper essay about fast food effects on society, so I thought I would kill two birds with one stone. And yeah, so today I want to review with you the negative effects of fast food on society. I'd say that I am a professional when it comes to fast food, which is actually the cause of me getting fat. I'm sure you all know I've gained 60 pounds of fat, and that's from eating cheeseburgers and those delicious spicy sandwiches they sell at McDonald's. I was at a young age, and pretty much my mom had two jobs, so she barely had time to cook. And my dad was at the store for about my whole life, so he knows the struggle. I guess I really started eating when I couldn't even squeeze my own hand like all the way because I had like low blood and I used to be underweight. And I would get dizzy every time I stood up too fast from sitting down too long, and that was bad. So I really didn't care what I ate. So as long as I got my blood up, so fast food has fair prices, well mostly, and it says it in the name. It's fast, so it's convenient. That's why it's so popular, because when you get off from a hard day at work, you're exhausted, but also hungry. Let me bet you're not DTC, down to cook. So what do? You get fast food. There are many negative effects of fast food in society, like health problems and bad habits. I would say that some fast food commercials are really dumb, but like for a smart reason. I believe that they are targeting young children to annoy the parents, to buy them what they just watched, let's be honest. So according to Michelle Stecker, the amount of television being watched by children has also increased. So with television increasing, the ads for fast food are only going to be seen more. Imagine growing up with many health problems and growing up with bad eating habits. I can imagine that because I lived through that. And honestly, I blame fast food for my problems, and like always, I'll be the bigger man, and I'll let Carmel do his job. Millions of American families are guilty of eating out at fast food restaurants more than eating within their home for home-cooked meals. Fast food meals on average contain about 1,000 calories for just one meal, according to healthpages.com. The average American needs to eat about 400 to 600 calories in a given mealtime. So for a fast food meal, it is at least 400 calories over for just one meal. So imagine every other meal as well. Fast food and obesity are best friends pretty much. Everyone knows fast food is the one thing they can count on to be right around the corner whenever they need it. Even though mostly everyone knows how bad fast food is for you, not everybody knows exactly how bad it is for you or in how many ways it has a negative impact in our lives and on society as a whole. As we all know, obesity is taking over this country. Childhood obesity is also becoming higher and higher as the years go by, with fast food being a major indicator. Fast food kills more people than in wars. Now that I got your attention, I actually guessed on that, but I did do my research, and research shows that there's an average of 2 million people who passed away from eating fast food by obesity, brain stroke, and diabetes. I'm sure if they at least added healthier ingredients or made it stricter, as in limit how much one person can have, we can save like a high percentage of lives. And yeah, I guess it doesn't sound like complete freedom, but if you think about it, it can make a huge change in society in the future. Wait, no, I'm not done yet. Hold on. Now I put this up. Damn, I forgot.
It's scary.
who's the real killer here?
Wow, that's deep.
So, Pennywise here, sure he eats a few kids, but but really, Ronald McDonald over here, he killed a lot of people with his food. And not only that, like, he made a profit out of it, so it's like, yeah, he's a real killer there. That's the answer to that question. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's turn that off.
It's kind of funny.
You're not gonna. Let's go next week. So you're the day after.
Which Saturday?
Not this Saturday, next Saturday. It's coming after
The
this.
17th.
That was one thing when you were gaming those.
So,
With that picture and
like
the computer.
requested.
I know you. I saw you get my son.
Yeah. How much is it? Like 190. That's a lot.
All right, Jason. Let's pick out a couple of things that I think work pretty well. I think you've got a good identification of what your topic is. In the long run, there's a pretty clear thesis idea that you've got in the presentation. I can hear research in your presentation in several spots. That's pretty effective. And your voice projects well while you're speaking. I think there's a pretty reasonable variety in your pitch while you're talking to us, and everything is articulated clearly, so you are speaking in a manner that people will be able to recognize what you're talking about. The one drawback, I think, on the paralinguistic issues is pacing and rhythm. It does feel sometimes like you get into a slow spot, and because you're reading, it also sounds like you're reading, and as a consequence, it doesn't give the best impression. Delivery issues that are visual in nature are a little bit more problematic. Your gestures are limited because you have notes in your hand. Your facial expressions are limited because you're frequently looking down. Same thing with your eye contact. The notes are a distraction to you. You don't want to be using notes at this particular point. When you start off the speech, I think you've got a good idea about an attention device that's there in the beginning of the speech, but you don't use it as your attention device. It's like a secondary thing that you're getting to. What you use as an attention device is, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone and use the paper that I've got for another class for this assignment, which I don't mind. It's not a problem for me, but that's not a very interesting attention device. The better thing is the story about when you were a kid and you gained 60 pounds and you had to eat a bunch of fast food because your mom worked and it was just hard to get those things taken care of. And so it had consequences to you. Tell us that story. That's the way you want to start. That's the attention device. And it's your story, which means that you can talk to us and not have to look at your notes. It's like you're telling something about yourself to us. You shouldn't have to read that, that kind of thing. And then transition into the subject matter. Now, if you need your notes, if you need notes, for example, for the statistics or for a key piece of information, I wouldn't scream too much about that if you had to look at a note. But you're reading everything, and that's not where you want to be at this point. At this point, you should be able to look at us, know what it is you're going to say. When you needed a particular piece of information, I'll look down at the notes and try to do that. But otherwise, I'm going to talk to all of these people that are sitting here listening to me, and I think you missed that opportunity. So the delivery things are very problematic. You got to work on that and make an effort to talk to us, to be engaged. Get the notes out of your hand so that you can gesture a little bit, so that you're not tempted to look down the whole time and you look up at the audience more. That, I think, is going to help you quite a bit. Thank you.